Hello, welcome back. Last time I got a little bit deeper into World 10, and puzzles are indeed getting quite a bit trickier than they were. So, next up is Brushed Aside. If I'm lucky, I could get this world done today, but no promises. I'm not expecting anything.
Occasionally, a negative comment would come through as well. But Fitch didn't mind. He grew from the constructive comments, and had the confidence now to brush aside the unconstructive ones.
But what about Jan? Alright, looks like I probably want this here to bump that. I have a feeling Jan might not take them as well. But we haven't heard about that until now. No, okay, cool. But how do I get back over there? I need not that, but instead this. Okay. Got you there, and you can help me with exactly what I need. I think you can fulfill my needs. I need the... What? Alright, I would like you out of the way. I guess that's not strictly necessary, though. You're out of the way enough. Oops. And bump. Here we go. I am nowhere. I am somewhere. How do I... Why doesn't this seem right? Well, it worked out. That was confusing. I guess there was actually a gap under there that I wasn't able to see. Or I just punched through the wall, because that's a thing I can do if I can't see the wall. Feedback loop. What does Jan think?
The negative comments were even more potent. Just one disappointed response in a sea of cheers could occupy Jan's mind for weeks on end.
I know exactly what that's like. Takes a lot of effort to overcome that impulse. It can be done, but it's not easy. Okay. So, I want to be here. This needs to move up. Probably. I wonder if there's going to be a joke at some point where, like, if there was something diagonally away from that and I could put a box on it and get on the box, I could occlude this thing and overlap with, actually, no, that's not quite how that works. No, I could go past it, but I couldn't land on it, exactly. I don't know, there are ways to overlap with things. I wonder if at some point I'm going to just, like, ignore a thing and walk into it and finish the level that way. That hasn't been a solution yet, but it totally could be. So now, I could choose not to move that elevator. There is a route that doesn't involve that. But if I move it, I can trivially move it back. That's not a problem. So I probably want this here. And to push it over and then bring it on the elevator. That's what I'm thinking. Foof, 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 foof. Elevate there, put this on a thing, elevator will go back. I'm gonna move this so I have a second box. And a few things happen, but I think this actually is as straightforward as it looks. I look forward to very shortly being proven wrong. Yeah, for one thing, these boxes, no, they're separable. But if I do that move, I'm trapped here. That's the twist. Okay, so I think all of these things are correct. Like, that's all pretty much unavoidable. Now, it's at this point that I can reposition this box if I wish. At other points I can also do it. What position for that box would be helpful for me getting the other one out? Because the problem is still mostly could I stack the two and unstack them? Okay, let's entertain that idea before thinking of the thing I was thinking of. Oh, I have a little problem here. Okay, for one thing, I lost the puzzle by pushing that over there, I think. Technically that could have been resolved, but that's okay. I think I'm going to do this. With that having been done, now my desire may be hard to fulfill, but I think I can. Put this here. Right again. Just tolerate that for now. Oh, that's not... This ain't right. Oh, it might be. So what if we stack? With a stack, I can then go around and move this and go all the way around, because there's this big long path for that. I can move faster. I learned to sprint. Okay, 2 of those are over there. Is this enough space to unstack? I don't know if that's just a matter of space. I need another bit of elevation for that, and I don't have it. Nah, I think once these are stacked, they're stuck forever, right? Because yeah, even though, sure, I can sit here, that doesn't see a place it can go. And it really cannot see such a thing. Like, it needs a triangle here, which would have to be in front of this box, which means it would have to be at a higher elevation. So I really don't think stacking is the solution. Okay. I'm starting over. That's not strictly necessary, but it'll give me a moment to just clear my head, and re-inputting these moves helps me rethink about things. I do need your assistance in order to press either of these. There's symmetry here, so it doesn't matter which side I do. I mean, there isn't symmetry here. This is the asymmetrical bit. I don't think that matters, but I can't be sure. Anyway, so press... That box is there. I want it here. If I'm not stacking, which I now am, at least for the moment, convinced I'm not, then that means this goes on the elevator. Why is that an insurmountable issue? Well, because now I'm trapped. I have no way to escape this particular location. So it's as though I need to put that on the elevator without the elevator moving. Or I need to be able to move it back, or I need to have a bridge I can use. Wait, yeah, can't I just take a bridge along? Okay, so let's push this. Then bring this friend back. And put it slightly aside. Then bring my new friend onto the elevator, but now I can escape. Yeah, isn't that all there is to it? Oh. That's insufficient escape. No, it's not. It's fine. Okay, I think this will let me do everything I need. You will have to temporarily go over here, and I decided that was recoverable. Let's hope I'm right about that, because I'm going to need to recover it. This is fine, I think. Ooh. Haven't I had this before? Yes, but I was trapped here. I haven't had this exact thing, and this exact thing should be workable, I think. I'm going to push you aside for a moment. Oh, how will that work? No, move the elevator, get to the other side again, which, how do I do that? Maybe like this? That should work, fine. Okay, but what has this changed? I think I'm missing a component here. Oh wait, hang on. Now I can split these apart, and the situation is different. There's hopping I can do. I can do this hop and that hop. Send that across with the other box farther away. I think this resolves. Yes, this appears to resolve. Cool. Okay. Just a bunch of shuffling, but eventually the shuffling leads where it needs to lead. Cool. I did it. I defeated the negative comment. It didn't even take weeks. Parity adjustment. How did this work? Oh, I remember this one.
It all fed back to Fitch and Jan's music for the better. In a way, it wasn't just their music anymore, but the entire community's.
I would love to stand here. That would help me. Yeah, I said the words long after I had forgotten what the name of the puzzle was. So, like, I read the name of the puzzle, forgot the name of the puzzle, learned what the puzzle was, realized it was a parity adjustment, and then forgot to look back at the name of the puzzle again. Well, it's not that I forgot, it's that it just didn't happen. If I could get you here... Would that be sufficient for bumping this? No, that would occlude that. If these move, where do they move? Anywhere useful? That looks useful. And that looks non-disruptive. So no parity adjustment, just ignore the entire puzzle. Shove this out of the way, we don't need it. Get here, bump that, and hope I'm in the right place to get to the level spot, which I might not be. But I am. Okay, that will do. Great. Slide, slide, slide. Point of no return. I forgot what Fitch just said.
Where did all of this come from? When did this start being about other people? Jan missed the comfort the music had provided him, but there was no returning to those simpler times.
Yeah, community management is a completely different discipline than creative work. The two are pretty incompatible. Okay, so this is parity adjustment 2, isn't it? Or at least by the same principle, I need to be there then. Okay, well, so if I just try that... then yeah, my parity is wrong, so it's just that's all that needs to happen. I just need to adjust my own parity. There's a stack of 3 blocks that's somehow going to have to do that for me. Oh boy, this is going to be geometrically difficult to think about. And it's a race, too. Just to make matters worse. Okay, so forget the race. Let's look at this. If I get on the elevator... Is there like a move counter I can show? Generic PNP monitor. Ooh, that's a dangerous option. Don't touch that. I'm sure it would ask me for confirmation, but you can never be completely sure. Okay, so I see odd directly on the thing, even farther away when I'm stepping on the elevator. So I want to see even odd rather than odd even when stepping on that. Okay. So instead of moving, I think I need to understand the theory of what would be a parity adjustment. I have 3 blocks with which to do it. So there's the knight move. I go 1, 2, 3. 3 positions in 1. That's an odd number, that's no good. I need to go an even number of X, Z positions. Let's say that... let's say this is the X-axis, this is the Z-axis. You know, this is the Y-axis. So, even number of Manhattan distance moves on XZ axis in one directional input. and I need to do an odd number of those moves. So I need to offset by an even number an odd number of times, if that makes any sense. Because, like, if I have some sort of move that gets me some elevation that's technically an even-numbered Manhattan distance away, I need to not lose that by jumping down with an even-numbered Manhattan distance. I need to elevate even-numbered, de-elevate odd-numbered, or vice versa. Or maybe jump from one side to the other without using the elevator. How far does the elevator go? There's a grid here, right? No. Is there? No. Never mind. So yeah, I can't have like an air grid to show me how far this actually goes. Do I have any points of reference I can use to count? I can see clearly enough here. So from here to here, the air gap is 2 tiles. From here to here, which is 1 tile northeast of that, the air gap is 2 tiles. So from this position, 1, 2, 3 is in line with that, 4, 5, 6 is in line with the exit. The exit is not in line with the elevator, so 5 to get in line with the elevator. Then 1 more this way, 6. So if elevator is 6... Wait, am I saying this is a gap of 6? Alright, this is a reasonably clear view. I can't move my cursor very friendly, but like I can see it anyway. So move from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means that's an even number, so the elevator itself does not adjust my parity. So it is what I thought with having to do it by playing with boxes. Okay. 3 boxes. So as we know, jumping up here is an even number... No, sorry. It's an odd number. I moved 1, 2, 3 tiles. If I were 1 elevation level higher... Let's see, can I create that situation quickly here? No, but I can do it anyway. It doesn't have to be quick. Alright, so how many tiles do I move in this transaction? So I came from here, I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still odd number, as I thought. So adding an elevation level is 2 moves on the XZ plane. Maybe the solution is something else entirely. Maybe this is the thing I was saying about how I need to erase an obstacle that's on top of the goal. Or occlude? I can desync the timers by occluding 1. They're awfully far away for occlusion. But okay, let's entertain that idea at least. So optimal for occlusion would be stack of 3. I don't have a lot of room to push things here. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Changing an elevation level is always going to be an offset of 2. Even numbered. So I still have my 1 offset from the move itself. Because, like, going up 1 elevation is northeast-northwest, or northwest-northeast. Going down one elevation is southeast-southwest or southwest-southeast. I said that backward, but you know what I mean. So merely a change in elevation is insufficient for that. I think that's a pretty ironclad rule. Let me count the gap here again. So if I'm moving from this tile right here to this tile right here by taking the elevator, I am moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an odd number. No parity adjustment happens. So dodging the elevator or taking the elevator does not affect parity in any way. This is not called parity adjustment, this is called point of no return. Interesting. Okay, let's ignore the timer and just see what I can do with boxes. First of all, can I take one across on the elevator? It can go, but I can't come along. Standing here doesn't get me remotely near anything that I could use. Just to be sure, there's no way to like hide the elevator and push this so it would just like stay there for a minute, right? Well, I'm not entirely sure about that one. It's pretty hidden here, and it still moves. So the elevator doesn't really care how visible it is. Well, I think it evaluates its visibility before the turn has gone through. Like here, I just can't push. The geometry here is relatively straightforward. At least the parts that I'm able to observe. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing that's a little more complicated. I have 3 boxes, and somehow from that I'm supposed to engineer a parity adjustment. Okay, so I thought of height gain and height loss. Well now, hang on a second. Let's check something. No, I already checked exactly this. Like, it's... where's the spot I'm trying to step? Like, this is an even number. Again, let's count again, just to be sure. I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, by even I meant odd. Even number in addition to the odd number of my actual move input. Stacking it up to 3, 1 would not be compatible with jumping on. Oh, it could. 2 is hard to do. 3 will not affect the output at all. But alright, fine. Let's make a stack of 3. Just to prove that I can at least do that much. It's quite trivial. There's a stack of 3. Okay. And that is nowhere near occludy enough to do anything. Can't even hide the destination of that block there. I could get this next to it. From there, can I hop onto the 3 tall? Not quite. But standing here does nothing for me. Okay. Am I somehow getting pushed by the elevator, or... hold on a second. Do you have an interesting story? Odd number, 1, 2, 3. Odd number, 1. This, okay. And then once again, that's an odd number. That's a little hard to see, but it's 1, 2, 3. If I'm pushing a box, that doesn't affect my traversal. Nothing changes about where I go if a box goes with me. So what is my tool for parity adjustment? Like, what do I even... Which part of this geometry could even affect that? I seem to recall in the other puzzle, though I don't recall exactly. So it was a much shorter elevator run. It was just 1 across. And I skipped over that gap, or like... did it a second time or something. Like, I went across this elevator, the equivalent of it in the outer puzzle, a different number of times, and that's what adjusted me. That's the way I remember it. It's possible I'm remembering wrong, though. Okay, what does it take to get something on my head? Somebody has to move. Or I need to scrape. That's the other option. Can I set up a scraper? That wants to scrape, but it doesn't scrape fully. Why would something on my head make a difference? I'm not sure. Oh! I could probably hide this if I had a big tall hat. Yeah, I could probably hide this if I had a big tall hat. The hat would have to be taller than I think I can make it, though. Like, if I'm here, this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'd need all 3 of these in my head, and that's not happening. As far as I can imagine, at least. I mean, I don't even know how to get 1 in my head. Okay, so this block, when it wants to be pushed this way, sees what looks like an obstacle directly to its northeast. But then halfway through the push, this block reveals its floor in front, and that realizes, oh hey, that's a floor I can get onto, and it goes there. Can I hide that floor? Using this extra block that's not doing anything yet? And if I did, what would that look like? Using this block that doesn't do anything else, no, I would need a taller one. Oh, and also I can't see the floor now. Yeah, if I hid that, then this just wouldn't move anyway. If only this could count as a move. Okay, that would adjust my parity. But bump moves don't advance time. Okay, I'm gonna do something slightly unusual. This is still part of the solving process for that one, but remind me... Give me a hint for this one.
All
fed back in the music for better, show the hints.
fed back to Fitch and Jan's music for the better. In a way, it wasn't just their music anymore, but the entire community's.
So I put a box there so that I can step across it and offset my parity, right? By stepping across, I avoid the elevator. I am standing here with a 15 on the near one. That's an odd number, that's an even number. Yes, okay. So jumping across the gap was indeed what I did. I don't think this Jan puzzle is just a harder variant of that. There was also another step with a switch in there. This doesn't have that extra step.
Where did
I think this is its
come
own
from?
thing.
When did this start being about other people? Leon missed the comfort the music had provided him, but there was no returning to those simpler times.
What's the closest I can get to crossing that gap? I think it's nowhere near. Again, this gap is 1, 2, 3, 4 wide at the absolute minimum, and I only have a stack of 3. With a stack of 3 and a 4 wide gap, that's uncrossable. Just fundamentally. If I'm not crossing, am I like jamming up the elevator? Can the elevator hit an obstacle? Ooh. Now we might be getting somewhere. I know I'm going inefficiently, don't worry about it. That just moves perfectly fluently. Oh, what about if I get scraped off while riding the elevator and I like gravity my way down? I would have to evaluate the principles to see if that is a potentially even numbered yeah, but that might be something. So what if I do this? It's not tall enough to scrape me. I need a taller scraper. Okay, but gravity might play into this. If I want a box on that, let's just shove this out of the way and work with the already made stack of 2. Like this. Now if I ride this here, do I get scraped off? I do, and that has potential. Okay, so now that I've ideated, I think that might actually be the whole thing. I just need to give myself a landing spot. That's insufficient, isn't it? Yeah, I'm out of time, don't worry about it. Yeah, problem is that my triangles are always hidden, but now, so there's like a little window here. I need this in a particular place so that I can land on it. That place would be... No, I'm always behind that. I need the behindness to, like, not matter? Gonna be a lot of trial and error here, maybe. This is the perspective, right? Like, that's the one that I need. That's where I get scraped, but because this pillar is always going to be in front of me, it will never look like I'm cleanly landing on anything, will it? I don't see how it could, but let's try a few different positions of this box just to see if there's some magic I don't yet understand. No, I mean, that's always going to look like I'm falling on this side of the thing, which is exactly what's happening. And I can't do this in reverse. There isn't enough space. Wow! Okay, that's right. Hold up. Hello. That's an even number of... Right, I actually discovered this recently. I can hide and show myself, and without moving I can take the elevator again. And that's a parity adjustment, isn't it? I think that's everything. So there's a spare box just in the way. Just shove it out of the way and ignore it. It's a weird mechanic, but I kind of get it. So, take the elevator, make the elevator reassert itself. And my parity is adjusted, isn't it? No. It's not. Shouldn't it be? Wait, did that advance time when I did that? 14, 13, 12, 11, 11. No, that's merely the equivalent of this not being an elevator, stepping on and off. So that's just not a parity adjustment is all. Okay, well, so I got like 2 lines of thinking here. There's the scraping line of thinking. And there's the... ooh. And there's the retrigger elevator by hiding myself line of thinking. Okay, so what if I scrape like this? Does that scrape? It doesn't. It's not tall enough. But if it were 3 tall, maybe we'd have something. Okay. Okay, so that has the most potential of anything I've looked at, I feel like. Alright, so forget doing this quickly. Let's just see if I can prove that I've made a parity adjustment. I mean, I'd rather not forget doing it quickly. I'd rather actually do it quickly. In fact, I think I can. Okay, so if that's all I'm trying to do... That doesn't go where I want it to go. Now I have to go the long way around, don't I? That's what it looks like to me. Okay, let's just imagine I can get away with going the long way. Here's a stack of 3 in exactly the position I want it. If I get scraped off, what does that do to me? No better than doing it with the pillar, and why would it be? And I don't have a lot of time for doing such things. Oh, that doesn't count as hiding the elevator. So this thing alone is not enough. It has to be more hidden than that? Because, like, that elevator's not there as far as what I can see goes. But now, in this means of hiding, it's different? No, it's if I hide myself, that's right. I pop out of and back into existence. And my re-existence, the elevator feels that and moves again. Okay. So the problem with scraping is it will always look like I'm on the wrong side of this pillar and falling down. This is the only other possible scrape angle. It's either that or this, and I don't think this one has any... Well, now, hold on. So part of the thing is I can't step on the elevator from here because it's hidden from me. Okay, let's theorize. No, I wouldn't get scraped because I'm approaching this from the wrong angle. It's in front, but I can see its face. It has to be in front with the face closest to me hidden. So only this is scrapable, and this doesn't extend high enough up, which is why I didn't get scraped. But when I get scraped, like this face of mine is always clearly visibly behind, and this triangle is always clearly visibly behind that part of the geometry. Therefore, I will never pop back in front. So I think the scraping is a dead end? And I also kind of think the hiding and rewriting the elevator is a dead end, because that just turns an elevator into something I can step onto and back off of that's not an elevator. It doesn't do anything additional to that. No. No. And that only works from this side, right? Can I test... What I'm wondering is if the property of the elevator, feeling the weight release and get pressed again on itself, is specific to me or if I could do the same thing with a box, but I don't think I have a way to test that quite. It's also not improbable that I haven't stumbled on the right idea yet. Okay, so basically I got a couple of options here. Push ahead today, make this video way too long, and eventually get it. Or leave and come back, and I don't think this is the right situation for that, so I think this is the moment for a hint. So it is scraping. Okay, so at least that tells me that scraping is the right path to pursue. Okay, so let's figure out how to make scraping work. There are some rules about becoming visible under the effects of gravity I don't yet understand. Okay, so I did discover scraping on my own. The hint has merely focused my efforts toward a particular solution. I am sure that's talking about scraping, right? Because there's not like any other property of that that's of interest. And yeah, like it showed an outline of me. Yeah, that is absolutely telling me to get scraped. Okay, let's try... Oh, right, I don't want to do it yet. Let's try... I mean, this being here, that's still... It's not going to catch me, though. I'm uncatchable. I'm uncatchable because my right half is always hidden. I don't think there's anything that can unhide my right half. Like there's solid blocks all the way down. So is there something else that can... Wait a second. Aha. So if my right half is hidden... Oh, that's already where I want it, right? So make it so that I don't need to see my right half, but I have a valid landing place. There we go. That looks like I'm landing. Okay. So I got the positions. Now let's do it quickly. So I want this here, this here. I think I can multi-push a little bit to do that quicker, or, you know, push. Yeah, that's a multi-push. That's what those are called. And I have to assume that that has adjusted my parity. I don't actually know that at this point, but it probably has. Can I just walk? Yo, that's the number I needed. Okay. Okay. All right. That hint just gave me a way to focus my efforts. Basically saying, of the branches you have revealed, this is the one that's the promising one to pursue. Okay. Okay. I accept. Good stuff. Alright, next time's gonna be 4-9, and the secret that it leads to.